collection as per usual. Today, I am heading out to Orlando, tonight I should say. So Jay and I had a very busy day thus far. We had the Buff Bunny Collection Undead launch today, live launch party. If you were there, let me know down in the comments. Show yourselves, Discord fam, Buff Bunny babes. What's up? Thanks for your support. So much fun with this collection. And it kind of tied into my week overall as it pertains to the Driven Challenge. So we're gonna talk about how that all impacted me in one moment. But take a moment, like this video if you wanna see what I'm packing for food and snacks while I travel. If anyone watches makeup review videos when they do speed reviews, this is kind of gonna be like a speed review of my past week progress. Really quickly, we are finishing up 1 full month, 4 weeks of commitment to myself, and as a whole, regardless of what the scale says, I'm staying fairly stable this past week, which actually some people could be like, oh man, I didn't lose any weight. I am like 2-3 days out from Shark Week, which typically you hold, at least for me, I hold that week. I might have a nice drop afterwards. But this is why I am so proud of myself with how I have just grown my relationship with having a healthy mindset. Man, was all that work worth it, because I can sit here and have the scale be stable and know that I worked my butt off and I am killing it. I am so proud of what I've done in a month. I can definitely feel and see progress. And beyond that, even the physical stuff, which I'm like, that's cool to be able to see my abs. It's cool that I can see my muscles a bit more, but I'm just feeling more proud of myself, which in turn motivates myself. Like, it keeps me feeling good about myself. It improves my self-confidence, and not from an aesthetic standpoint, just from following through for myself, showing up. You know, it definitely makes a difference in your mindset and pushing through some challenging stuff. Like this week, I had some bouts of exhaustion, and one day I definitely did just have to take a step back. It was the day that it was the only day of the week I didn't hit 10K steps, I believe, but I had to listen to my body that day. I had to listen to my body. It was shutting down from how much I was pushing, and I was just exhausted. And so you do need to play that balancing game too, of listening to your body when you need to rest. So this week for me was big with recovery, taking that night of rest when I needed to. I had told Jason I wanted to run, and he was like, no, you shouldn't. So I did that. Number 2, I started my week out with a nice deep tissue massage. My body needed it. It just made everything feel better for the week. I was having some lower back pain. Number 3, I did my first ever immunity defense infusion, if you will. I went and got an IV drip. Don't feel any immediate benefits or anything from that. It was more intentional on my part due to traveling twice a month this month. So I wanted to try to kind of get ahead. Beast. I wanted to boost my immunity, speaking of. So I did a lot for listening to my body and recovering this week. I still killed my steps. I am checking in with you guys a day early, but steps went good. I was flexible dieting this week in terms of, my coworkers brought me in the most bomb birthday cake, and it was just really kind of them. They literally went out of their way to this special bakery to buy me a cake that they knew I would love. And I wasn't gonna be like, no, I can't have that, because I can have that, and I did have that. It was freaking titties. So I did fit that into my macros. Is it ideal in terms of hunger when I was trying to cut my macros? No, it wasn't. I struggled with hunger that day for sure. I knew it was gonna bite me, kind of taking up so many carbs from sugar, but it was worth it. And I made it work. I balanced it out. So what else did I do this week? Sleep wasn't as good because I was focusing so much on the Buff Bunny Collection launch. That tends to always just kind of keep my mind going, because I'm plotting, I'm thinking, I'm doing in my mind, and it makes it hard for me to shut down during those weeks. So I kind of knew my sleep wasn't going to be as good as it could have, and we went with it. But all in all, I'm really happy with where I'm at a month in. It's kind of crazy, honestly, to see and feel the progress I'm at a month in. A month isn't a long amount of time, in my opinion, to dedicate yourself to yourself and make changes. So think about that, you know, like why wait? Start now. Each and every day that you work, it does add up over time. And if you keep quitting on yourself, you're never going to see the results. You're the only one that can put in that action. So with that being said, I am traveling and I'm not going to let it derail what I'm doing here for the Driven Challenge. So many of you wanted to see a little bit of vlogging while I'm away. So I will be doing my best with that on my own personal vlogging camera. So stay tuned for that. But I did want to share before I literally head out of the house in 20 minutes. I'm not even checked in for my flight yet. So we are going to also show you what I'm traveling with. I think this is something that'll be really helpful for you all because people think you can't travel with food. I'm not sure why you think that, but you actually can. You just can't walk through like chugging liquids and stuff. It ain't happening. They're going to make you toss it. So things like this, you can't walk through with it, as delicious as it is. But you can go through with food. So what I've got that will be stable, you know, until I get to the hotel if I want. Always pack fresh, chopped up veggies. I don't know about you, but something about getting on a plane, it does not matter what time of the day it is. It could be 6 a.m., it could be dinner time, it could be 1 a.m. You get snacky, you get hungry, you get a little bored. Everyone's eating pretzels and peanuts. You need a snack. So for me, having cut up veggies to just, if I want to mindlessly snack, this is the way to do it, is veggies. So I've got a thing of veggies. This might seem weird, but I just wanted a Tupperware of like fresh, crunchy greens. I do actually tend to crave greens when I'm traveling and I find they're hard to access. So I've just got a Tupperware with a little bit of dressing on it, nothing crazy, lime vinaigrette. You can bring through a salad that is already dressed with dressing. You just can't have like a pool of dressing underneath it. So that is TSA approved and Titties approved. Huge thing of fresh, well, not really huge, I eat this in one sitting, but fresh strawberries and pineapple. Also hydrating, tasty. You crave hydrating things when you fly. I do, at least, because you get so dehydrated. So those are gonna go with me. Dinners tonight, I've got just, again, the same salad with dressing and some marinated chicken I had already cooked up. Sliced it on there. And then hard-boiled eggs. I know it's gonna stink on the plane when I open these up. People are probably gonna think I farted, but that's fine. So we've got some eggs. I've got mostly egg whites, one whole egg with some salt and some black pepper. So these are gonna all come with me on flight in my game changer bag. I'm just gonna pop them in there. Oh, the other thing I packed too, just for like something crunchy, it's already in there in my Ziploc bag. They're called pop cakes. They're from Wegmans. It's kind of like a giant rice cake. So I'm gonna bring some, they're like big rice cakes with a little bit of chocolate and caramel drizzled on them. 3 of those is like 21 carbs and a few grams of fat. So a little something crunchy there. The other items I'm gonna bring, but I'm not gonna bring on the plane with me. I'm gonna pack up like some little bags of Magic Spoon cereal because it's got a nice macronutrient mix. This is something that I'm gonna put in little Ziploc bags because I'm gonna be going to a conference and an expo, possibly going to like Disney or something while I'm there. I don't know if I'll have time, but this will be like a good little snack to put in my purse. So I'm gonna make that up too. The other thing I'm gonna throw in my actual luggage is some of these Alani coffees. I shared them in a taste test in last week's video if you want to check that out, my last week progress video. So I'm going to take a couple of those with me for a little caffeine, a little bit of nutrition, as well as just a couple of these ready to drink bottled protein shakes from Alani. I like these better than Ghost because they don't get chunky, all right? So cookies and cream, munchies. Is it the perfect thing in a no, it's not. If it was a perfect world, you'd have a kitchen and you could cook all the things, but this is not a bad start. Oh, I have more food actually. You're like, how long is this flight? Where are you going to? I'm going on a 3-hour flight, but your girl gets hungry. Other snacky things that are great, I always recommend these, just like a travel pouch if you like fish or tuna. I really actually enjoy these. They've got different flavored ones now. This one's lemon pepper, and then I also got like a sweet and spicy. So that's in my game changer bag. I'm gonna bring a Power Crunch bar. You guys know I love these, the peanut butter fudge, and then Pop-Tart. So more travel protein snacks. I definitely don't plan on eating all this food tonight, but I'm gonna pack it with me, and then when I get to the hotel, put whatever I need away, and then I've got access to some protein staples. Going high protein here because that is the biggest thing people struggle with when they travel, is accessing protein. Carbs are usually easy. Fat's usually easy. It's protein. You don't eat enough of it when you travel. So this is when I do like to supplement and bring some of these things with me. And training wise, I forgot to speak to a little shoulder footage from this morning. I wanted to focus a little bit on progressing this week. You saw shoulders in last week's video. So if you watch both, you can tell I went just a little bit heavier with some of my lifts today. I didn't want to do anything crazy, but just wanted to feel a little bit of a heavier weight and ensure that my reps were really good. So that's kind of where I'm at this stage, 4 weeks into the cut. I really want to see what I can do in terms of my strength, not doing anything drastic where I should be seeing major strength loss at this point. It'll depend. If you're doing a bodybuilding cut where it's intense, that may differ. But for me, I feel like I'm actually getting a little bit stronger. I'm hoping to continue to improve my cardio. Jason showed me a thing in the Fitbit where you can actually see what you're like, what is it, your oxygen, your VO2 compared?
And that's my nut dose.
Yeah, Jason's is much better than mine. So after looking at that, I was a little disappointed in my number because it said I was average, and I don't want to be average, nor do I think I'm average. So it gives me a little something to work towards, and that can be helpful for you too. How do you not get bored? You know, your weight's not changing. There's nothing crazy that you see happening to give you that instant gratification. Set some small goals for yourself, small attainable goals. Set different goals, even if it varies week to week. Really encourage you to have those specific mini goals that aren't weight oriented, that you can actually really measure, whether it's lifting heavier, whether it's running 1 mile further, whatever it may be, setting those goals that are tangible, that you can focus on those wins. Maybe your mini goal for the week is to rest more, it's to relax more, it's to recover, it's to take care of yourself. That works too. There isn't a rush on this. I have an end date for the cut, but nothing needs to be rushed here. These are all forever sustainable changes that I'm making, that I encourage you to make as well.
Show them your armpits.
Oh, they're sweaty and probably self-tanned everywhere.
But there's no hair?
There's no hair, you guys. Laser appointment. I've only had 2, and like armpit hair is not growing in. And it's very minimal down yonder. So I'm much impressed. Can't recommend it. Like, do not wait till you're my age to do it. Do it now if you want to be hairless. On that note, me and my hairless body have got to pack up, smooch all the boys, and peace on out of here. Next time I see you, I will be in Orlando. I will take you with me. I shall see you there. That's it, guys. I am gonna head on out of here. Please be sure to update me on your progress either down in the comments below, or we do still have the Driven group within my Discord. You can check that out in the description box. We are supporting each other over there as well, so I can't wait to see where everyone's at 1 month in and where you're gonna go from here. Let me know. Peace.